Hey, everybody, welcome back to PMS, the Perpetual Motion Squad, a Big Bang Theory podcast. And we are your hosts, married couple and Big Bang Theory super fans, Kat
And Paul.
with Barney and Pikachu. Okay. You regret having given me that, don't you?
What was that?
You regret having given me that Pikachu hat, don't
I
you?
regret I regret many, many things in my life, but giving you Pikachu was not one of them. It's fun.
Okay.
It's fun to see you play with Pikachu, as like I've got my Barney. And first of all, hello to everybody on
Yes, hi,
YouTube.
everybody.
Hey everybody on YouTube and hey everybody that's watching. Um
And listening.
and listening, of course, the PMS family.
Yeah.
Um the only reason that okay, so because we're going into summertime, nobody will see my purple onesie.
Yeah, that's pretty much put away now.
Is put away now until winter time.
Yep,
So
it's been laundered and stuffed in a drawer.
yep. So in winter time, you'll see me doing the episode in my purple onesie, looking like Barney. So don't roll your eyes at me. There are many women out there, at least three that I can possibly think of that might want to see me in a purple onesie.
Oh yeah, like who?
Oh, I don't know. I'm sure there's three weirdos out there. Now, also talking about YouTube, oh my God, I have something to discuss with YouTube, or
Oh, this is
to
hilarious.
discuss with everybody that is on YouTube. Now, we have subscribers, which is absolutely
Which
wonderful,
is awesome,
and
and it's growing.
yep,
The channel's growing.
and we would love everybody to come over to YouTube to listen to watch us do our podcast. Now, obviously, you can see at the back of me, I've actually changed a couple of things on my shelving. Those of you who are not watching on YouTube, well, you don't get to see it. There we go. Now, last week, when we did the episode, the Lizard Spock expansion, we've had 20 views of that episode.
Awesome.
Now, one thing I was very, very curious about, and it actually made me, oh, there we go. There's some, um, what are they?
Celebrations.
Celebrations, yes. Um, I also wanted to, okay, so I went on to do a lot. I didn't do a live episode or didn't do a live thing. What I was doing is I was just doing the animations and stuff and the
Just
title
playing
screens.
around.
I was just playing around on just to see if I could go live on the YouTube page. And I did, and I put all it is, it goes for 3 minutes and 32 seconds. It is different title pages and ending pages and music and stuff like that. We've actually had 17 views of just that. Now, all I can think of is I am hoping to God that Rachel is not watching this 17 times. I know, yes, I like that little emoji there that you've got going there. Um, 17 views of just title pages.
Do you
So
guys not have anything better to do? I mean,
as I said,
really.
unless Rachel is sitting there watching it 17 times, I don't know how people can watch that. I mean, look, I am going to, because of that, I am going to do a live episode on YouTube. Definitely going to do that. And it's probably going to be centered around the movie club that I'm actually going to do. And that's basically me talking about different movies that I've seen. So if you're interested in seeing that, um, well, coming to the YouTube a live episode and seeing that. I don't know when I'm going to go live. It's probably maybe every couple of weeks. I don't know when I get around to it because we are very, very busy.
Basically, don't commit to it. At this point, don't
I'm
commit
not.
to it. Can I finish a sentence, please?
Yes, you can.
Don't commit to a schedule, but about a week before you're going to go live, put it out there so people can plan to come.
Yes. Now, one other thing that we are planning on doing is
We
this
forgot
is
to do a mailbag episode last week. Sorry, guys.
yeah. So we're going to do a mailbag next week.
Soon.
So very soon. Um, I was talking to Kat as we always do, and we've decided that we're going to do a giveaway.
No, you decided.
Okay, I've decided because I like my fans.
I like our fans too,
Okay, I've
but we never
decided.
actually decided on this.
Okay, well, I've decided we are going to do a giveaway on Christmas Day, our time, Christmas Eve, everywhere else in the world. So if you are interested, and it's going to be a live episode, so you'll be able to see the video podcast, and obviously it's going to be uploaded onto YouTube. If you want to be involved in a giveaway, all you need to do is send us an email with your obviously your email address and just put in your first name and in quotations, I want to be part of the Christmas draw. Now, you don't know what it's going to be, and we are going to do the spin live. It's not going to be a put little bits of paper into a hat and draw out at random. We're going to do an actual digital drawing
So you can watch it, choose
so you can
whoever
actually,
wins.
yeah, so you can actually see who's going to win. So, it can be 10 people, it can be 100 people, it can be two people. It doesn't matter. The fact is that if you want to be part of the Christmas draw, and it's going to be happening Christmas Day, our time, Christmas Eve, everywhere else in the world, just email us and put in there, I want to be part of the Christmas draw. And now you've got from now until I'm going to say, what do you think, the 20th? 20th of December? What's the cutoff
Yeah,
date?
yeah, that'll do.
Okay, so between now, so today's Monday that it's dropped. So between now and the 20th of December, you've got that time to email us.
Okay, let's qualify 2025 because we'll
Yes,
probably do something different next year.
yes. But 2025, so you got it till the 20th of December, 2025, to send us your name, obviously your email address, because we need to be able to contact you if you win, and just say, I'd like to be part of the Christmas draw. And we will be giving away something. You don't know what it's going to be, but we're going to give away something. So if you're interested, just yes, go ahead and do that. We'd love you to do that. You can't email us on the Facebook page, or you can't email us on the Facebook group. You've got to actually send an email to be part of the draw. So
Yep.
stay with us on that one. 20th of December is the cutoff time. So, but we've actually had another very, very busy week, and we've got
What?
another jet setting situation coming up.
Oh, jeez.
Yes, she's leaving me again. This is what happens when millionaires start to get money. They just travel away from you.
Don't we wish, honey, that I was a millionaire? Just stop
Now, where are you?
making.
Where are you going this time?
Going back to Melbourne.
She's got hot watermelons over there.
No, it's another business
Yes.
thing. So
But while she's over there, she's going to go and see something. What are you going to go and see? Don't give me the ha.
I
Our family wants to know.
I know, but I hate that it sounds like you're, and what are you gonna go see?
Oh, how do you want me to say it? All
Um,
right, what are you going to go see?
I know, but it sounds like you're setting me up like I'm not capable of having a conversation with you.
I'm just talking.
I know, and I'm just saying.
Okay,
It's kind of annoying.
really?
But yeah, I'm gonna go see the Harry Potter experience. I've already got my ticket. I bought the VIP experience so that I can go in. So I picked the date that I'm going, and then I'm going to, but so I can go in at any time during that day. I get a gift bag with some extra bonus stuff and the audio recorded tour.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So
No,
I'm pretty excited about that.
yeah. I've got the month off because of long service leave. I decided to take an entire month off. So the month of November is me just hanging around at home and enjoying myself and not doing a whole lot.
Yep.
And yes, I'm wearing another Kiss t-shirt, the End of the Road
Sure.
World Tour, just in case anybody is wanting to know. But this week we are doing season 2, episode number 9, the White Asparagus Triangulation. What do we
Yes.
think about this episode?
It has its moments.
It does. Certainly, obviously, as we know, Stephanie is now, um, you know, in the situation with regards to Leonard, and the episode actually opens up where we're seeing Sheldon getting his from down in the lobby, and he's having a conversation with Penny, and he's basically saying that of all the women that Leonard has ever dated, he's actually finding Stephanie the most tolerable. And
And
as
Penny's like, gee, thanks.
And as Penny says, what about me? And he goes, well, the comment stands for itself, Penny. But he does say that, he wants to have Penny maybe dial down her feelings for Leonard because he doesn't want Stephanie to see her as a sexual rivalry. And
Well,
as
and I love how he goes along with, so when you're lonely and you're swimming in a sea of estrogen and progesterone and all these things, and you start seeing Leonard as a viable option, don't.
you maybe just suppress it, and she goes, "Well, I can think about you," and he goes, "Whatever works."
Whatever. Actually, the hilarious part of this scene and a couple of the others later on is him trying to do street cred talk. Sup,
Yeah, sup,
sup.
because he was trying to start the conversation with Penny when they were walking up the stairs, and sup, and she goes, what? And he goes, oh, it's urban slang, and she goes, oh, sup, and this is where the conversation is starting with regards to how he wants her just to suppress, his feeling, because the way it is that the way that Sheldon sees Leonard and Stephanie is that and we're going to get to the
Yeah,
way
we're
that
gonna let's to talk about it when
yeah.
we get to it.
So the next scene we see is um we've got Leonard and we've got Stephanie having a romantic dinner in the apartment. And of course, we're also seeing that Sheldon is joining them.
Is sitting in between them.
Yeah. Now, it was supposed to be a romantic dinner,
Hmm.
but as Sheldon says, see, you thought there wasn't going to be enough pasta for the two of us. And
For
he
all
actually,
three of
all
us.
three of us. But as he does say, there is a rule in the Italian households where a handful of pasta is actually
About an inch around.
inch in diameter. It actually doubles in volume. So three of those handfuls is enough for three people.
More than enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I didn't realize this. And it was only also when you see these things that pop up on Facebook that in the strainer, you know how you've got your strainer when
The
you
colander, yeah.
no, no, not the colander. You know it's like a spatula, but it's got like the hole in it,
Hmm.
right? If you put pasta in between that string, that's actually a handful. That's actually a single
Oh, okay.
serving. So if you get like your normal spaghetti and you put it into that hole, and once it fills that hole and nothing else can go in, that's an actual hands like single serve.
Serving. Yeah.
Yeah, didn't realize that.
There used to be a restaurant down the road from me when I lived in New Britain, Connecticut, and it was this Italian place, and one single serve
Hmm.
was a pound, so like just under a kilo of dried pasta.
Okay.
So if you weighed it when it was dry before you put it in the water, a pound of dried pasta plus all of your toppings was considered one serve. And you were allowed to share. So one serve would serve two to three people, to be honest with you.
A pound.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And I remember I bought a serving there once. I took the over stuff home and I ate for 3 more days off of it.
Yeah, I don't disbelieve that. A kilo of pasta, that is
No, it was a
ridiculous.
half a kilo.
Half a kilo, that's still a lot of food.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, look, we went to a restaurant that gave us almost like a woolly mammoth size schnitzel, and it's the first time I've ever taken stuff home from a restaurant because I literally could not eat all of it.
Was that with me?
That was with you, of course, was it up at
Where was that?
Golden Grove?
Oh.
You know that restaurant that they renamed?
Oh, right,
Yeah,
right,
and we
right,
we
right.
had
The
the
one across
schnitzel.
from the doctor's office.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I
I tell you
literally
though, I'm glad that it was that big because they were pricey.
yeah, but the fact is that I think they over gave you food because I've never taken anything home from a restaurant, but it's like, yeah,
Yeah,
you've,
Paul's a good eater.
yeah, I am, but not that good.
I bring stuff home all the time.
Yes, she does. She brought home um white chocolate Reese's Pieces. Oh boy, that's nice.
And
I
he
like
enjoyed
my
them.
white chocolate.
I hate white chocolate. It's too sweet.
But see, the thing is, I hate dark chocolate, but she loves dark chocolate. So she knows 100% that if she brings dark chocolate into the house, it's only hers. I will
Or
never go
mint,
near it. Or mint.
especially chocolate mint.
Mm, no. She's got mint chocolate ice cream at the moment.
It's actually quite good.
Yeah,
I need to stop eating it though. My blood sugar's been through the roof the last couple of mornings.
hmm. So as with this whole dinner thing is going on, we're seeing that Leonard is now moving out into the kitchen to try and clean up. And this is where Sheldon decides that he feels that maybe Leonard is dropping the conversational ball with Stephanie. And so he says, okay, well then maybe I'll just pick up and run with it. So he says to her, and he sort of like he almost looks off to the side as if he's trying to catch his thought, and he goes, right, okay. What's your favorite fruit?
No, he asked another question that was slightly awkward before that. Yes, he
I don't.
did.
Did
Yes, he
he?
did. Yeah, he did. I don't remember what it was, but he did. But anyway, and she says strawberry, and he's
Yeah.
like, technically not a fruit, but okay.
Yeah.
And he is correct that a strawberry is technically not a fruit. It is derived
Oh.
from the ovary of a plant. So it's actually an accessory fruit, which means that it's derived from some tissue around a plant's ovary.
Oh.
Who knew that plants had ovaries?
I did not know that strawberries is not considered a fruit.
Yeah. Well, technically, it's a berry, not a fruit.
Okay. I mean, yeah, it's a strawberry, but I
Yeah.
didn't know that it was not considered a
No,
fruit. But
nope.
we're going down to a place where they actually grow strawberries, and we're gonna go
Oh,
get buy strawberries. Yes.
yes. It's one of those pick your own places, but I can't be bothered to pick my own, so I'll pay for them to do it.
Yeah, bugger it. I've done the pick my own strawberries, but no, not gonna do that. I'm gonna let it go. Um,
I mean, if
uh,
it was a nice cool day, I might consider it, but
no. Um, and I like it
but I
how
but I but I love that they actually you get to pay for the honor of working their fields for them.
yeah,
What a
no.
racket, man.
That's a good racket. As I said, I've done it before. They give you a row, and they say basically just you can pick everything in that row, and they give you a bucket. So once you filled your bucket up, you're done. Then they weigh it, and then obviously you take it home. But no, I'm not interested one a
Yeah,
little
I'm
bit.
not interested in paying them for the privilege of working there.
Yeah, because they just know that entire row they don't have to pick. So it's like,
Yeah.
no, I don't think so. No, not
No.
not a chance. So as the conversation is going on, Sheldon also says, actually he's beckoned into the kitchen by Leonard, and he says to Stephanie, FYI, when I come back, the conversation is going to switch to what would happen if the Civil War was done with
To
robots
alternate
from
realities.
alternate robots, alternate reality of a robot from the future.
If Abraham Lincoln was a robot from the
Yeah.
future. Yeah.
And then he goes into the kitchen and Leonard says, "Did you know that this was supposed to be a date?" And
And
he goes,
Sheldon's like, yes, did
"Did
you?
you?" And he says, "Listen, the fact is," he said, "that we have now got what we need for the landing party." And he goes,
What landing
"What
party?
landing party?" And he goes, "Okay, you're Kirk, I'm Spock, Howard is Scotty, Raj is the guy that always gets killed, and now we have
Bob
McCoy."
McCoy.
And
And he,
Stephanie is in
and
the
he
middle of
turns
putting on lipstick.
and
Uh,
Sheldon turns around and looks at her and gives her this creepy ass smile and does the Vulcan salute.
See,
He,
see, I can't do the Vulcan salute, so I can't, I can't do it. But yeah, it's just like that. Yeah, yeah, I know you can do it. Yes. Um,
I'm gonna go turn on my fan. I'll be right back.
okay, why not indeed? So I am going to keep chatting away. I'm talking away maniacally while she goes and turns her fan on. And yeah, just the way that he has this real creepy sort of like look. It's like, and you've got Stephanie, putting on her lipstick because actually the way it is um now I realized the conversation they actually was having before because Leonard says, "Would you like more wine?" And Stephanie says, "Oh, well, yeah, because I
Because
guess
I'm
I'm
not
not
driving
driving anywhere."
anywhere tonight, right?
And then of course, so Leonard
And so we're
goes
like, bow chicka
bow
wow.
chicka wah wah time. So then the original conversation when Leonard goes and Sheldon starts having a conversation with Stephanie is, where did you do your medical residency? And she says Galveston, Texas. And he says, I spent quite a considerable amount of time in that hospital. And she goes, really, what was wrong? And he goes, oh, and then he says, oh, and I was also once taken there in a helicopter. And she goes, oh my God, what happened? And he goes, oh, radiation burn. He said, I was trying to, I built my
It
own
was
CAT
fallout
scanner.
from when I built my own CAT scanner, and
And she's like, oh my God, you tried to build your own CAT scanner. And he goes, oh, no, no, I didn't
no, I didn't
try.
try.
I
I did.
succeeded. He said, and
Um,
for a very small amount of time, I was able to see inside of my sister's guinea
guinea
pig,
pig
Snowball,
Snowball before he
and
caught on
caught
fire.
fire.
So it
And
became a saying in our household: you
it's
don't
not a,
stand a better chance than a snowball in a CAT scanner.
yes, not a snowball's chance in a,
In a CAT
no.
scanner. He also said he was born in that hospital.
That's right. And this is where you see Leonard walk in from the kitchen and aggressively blow out the candles and walks back in as if to say, okay, well, this evening is shot because
Because of Sheldon.
Sheldon is now taking over the conversation.
Yep.
So, yeah, so as we see, the conversation goes backwards and forwards, and now we have McCoy, so that's all good. And I like it how when you see Stephanie putting on the lipstick and Sheldon's doing the very creepy, hand wave,
Smile. And,
you just got this look like, should I really be out of here? Oh, that's right. The first thing was, have you ever witnessed a violent crime?
yes.
And she goes, no. Because you're in an apartment with two guys. You've only really just met Sheldon, and you've
Mm-hmm.
only really just met Leonard, and
Mm-hmm.
who knows what's going to go on. So you've got that. Should I be heading towards the front door at this stage when you've got someone saying,
Mm-hmm.
"Have you ever witnessed a violent crime?" I mean, it would
Yep.
be worse if someone said, Have you ever been involved in a violent crime?" That would be even more terrifying. But that opening conversation. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so the next scene we see after the dinner date is Leonard and Stephanie at the movies, and Stephanie is
Don't we go to the cafeteria first?
no, not yet,
Oh, okay.
not yet, because Stephanie is regaling us with a conversation about a missing earring
Yeah, where she's saying that they were looking at an x-ray of a patient, and there in the middle, clear as day,
in his
is
chest cavity.
my earring in his chest cavity. And he's like, "So what did you do?" She's like, "Well, like what anybody would do. I slipped off the other one
Got
and
the hell
got
out of
out of
there.
the." Now, I would like to point out that in fact it is a strict rule for all staff attending an operation in any U.S. hospital to remove all jewelry, piercings, etc. before entering the operating theater. So that never would have happened.
Yeah, yeah, and a CAT scanner. Yeah, that would. Yeah, you wouldn't want to have anything like that near a
Well, the
CAT.
people running the CAT scan are not in the room.
No, they're actually behind the glass.
Yeah.
So, but see, this is the whole thing, which I find very interesting. I have gone into, I don't know how many operating rooms I've been in, being with while an operation's being taken place or just after one's been done. When I've gone into the ones that are just completing and the doctor is doing the final sewing up of the patient, they do a count of everything.
Hmm.
So that's all the instruments, all the gauze,
All the
all
sponges,
the
all the.
sponges, everything is being accounted for. Now,
I don't think they account for personal jewelry though.
no, but when the doctor is doing the final, I mean, unless Stephanie's a surgeon,
But she's a surgical resident.
okay, so she's a surgical resident. Now, if her earring drops into a patient,
Somebody would see that.
because you got nurses around,
Yeah.
nurses would see it
And
drop.
other doctors and
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah. Because as a resident, she's probably not soloing yet.
yeah. And also, this
God, I
is the one,
watch too much Grey's Anatomy.
no, and this is the one of the most um
Although there
terrifying.
was an episode of Grey's Anatomy when one of the new residents he was in his very first surgery situation and he leaned in to look and his glasses fell in the patient because he didn't have the thing that connected them around his eye.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, if Stephanie's earring falls into the patient and he is sewn up, there's a good chance that that patient is going to get sepsis
Or at least some kind of infection.
because that's an unsterile
Yeah.
instrument that's now in the patient, which
Yeah.
is going to
Which is
produce
why they have them take off all their jewelry is it's not
exactly.
sterile.
So, and if as you said, which it's physically impossible for Stephanie to be in the middle of an operation, drop an earring in, and
And not
nobody
have
else
anybody
sees it,
notice. Yeah.
and if the thing goes into the patient, wouldn't Stephanie quickly go and grab it and pull it out?
You would
Yes.
think.
She wouldn't be that
I mean, you
hyper
can't believe that
focused.
even she wouldn't see it.
Exactly. Then she wouldn't be so hyper focused that she wouldn't see it go into the
Yeah.
patient.
Yeah.
So that part of the storyline is implausible
Yeah.
completely.
Yeah,
But if there is a
she was just
situation,
messing with Leonard,
yeah,
and that is her personality and her sense of humor that she would
you'd
joke with him
you'd
with
want to
something
hope
like
it was
that.
a joke because if that was real, there's a medical malpractice, and
Yep.
yeah, there'd be a lot of dramas. And I tell you what, if you're doing a CAT scan and see the earring in the chest cavity, there is an internal investigation,
Yeah.
and everybody within that room would be interviewed, and specifically the say it was like three surgeons, they would all be
It's,
heavily scrutinized,
yep.
and if it was one female surgeon and two men.
And if she doesn't own up to it, that would go even worse for her.
Yeah, I mean the patient's family, the medical malpractice on that hospital would be
Yeah,
astronomical. I mean, as I
it
said,
would.
when I've gone into an operation, I've had to gown up, I've had to put all the stuff on, all the PPE gear on. I've had to gown up like I'm going to be doing the operation.
Yeah.
And there's always a nurse at the door as you're walking in to check everything that you've gowned up
Yep.
appropriately
Yep.
and tied up before actually walking in to the operation room.
Yep.
So, and I've had to stand there, not right near the doctor, but a little bit away from the doctor because I'm getting a fresh frozen section of a patient's body to take immediately to the pathologist. Now I need to be there for that moment that is taken out of the patients. And yes, I've seen inside of people and I've seen blood galore being taken out of the patient into the ice, given to me, and I'm gone. But I am, and a lot of the time when I have a fresh frozen section that needs to be done immediately, I've got a police escort sitting downstairs waiting for me because
Yep.
then I get a chance to follow the police officer while he's cutting through traffic to get me there.
Yep.
So, but yeah, you are accounted by everything when you walk into an operation room.
Yep.
So, the next scene with this whole conversation's going up, we see Sheldon, and Sheldon arrives at the movies because they've gone to the movies, and he says, "I've got a bone to pick with you," and they're like, "Oh, really?" And because Stephanie's like, "Hi, Sheldon," and he goes, "Oh, hi, Stephanie. Yep, sorry I'm late, but your partner,
Boyfriend.
he says your partner. I think it's not a boy, not your boyfriend." Left this most indecipherable note, and Leonard's like, "What
Invitation.
note? Oh,
And
the
Leonard's like,
invitation."
what invitation?
And he says, and he opens it up. He goes, "We're going to the movies. What movie? What time?" He
What
said,
theater?
"Yeah." He said it took me 20 minutes to go through your browser history to find out what movies you looked up. If you were trying to make it hard, you couldn't have done a worse job." And Leonard's like, "Oh, clearly I could have." And he goes, "Just wait a moment, I'll find us seats." And Stephanie's like, "No, no, no, we're in the
We
seats."
have
And
seats.
Leonard's like, "Not in the right seats." Now this is where it is embarrassing to the huge degree because you next scene you see is you hear this person going, "Ha, ha,"
Ah,
and
ah.
Sheldon is on the opposite row in the center, and he's making this sound. And as Stephanie says, "What is he doing?" And he says he's trying to find the acoustic
Acoustic
sweet
sweet
spot.
spot.
And then,
And yes, there is an acoustic sweet spot in every theater.
yeah, but I don't think, and of
And
course
I tell you, when you're sitting in it, it's beautiful.
and I like it how Stephanie says, "Does he do this often?" He goes, "Oh no, sometimes he brings a toy xylophone." And then you hear him at the back going, "Mwah, mwah." It's like, "Oh my God." And then then the opposite side behind Stephanie and Leonard, just up the top, you hear him go, "Ho, ho."
And the whole theater's looking at
They're
him like
all
he's
looking at
lost
him,
it.
and then he comes down to basically right behind Stephanie and Leonard, and he goes, "Mwah, mwah." And he goes, "Oh, my apologies. You were sitting in the sweet spot all that time."
And he tells Leonard to
To
move
move
over.
over one. And he goes, "No, just sit there." So Sheldon sits right next to Leonard. The movie starts, and then he basically moves in like he's going to kiss Leonard. And Leonard's like moving to the side to say, "Do you really need to be in my personal space?" But he is in his personal space and then some.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my God. And it's like, I like how he's sitting there going, "Oh yeah, this is it." Oh my God. So the next scene we see is that's right that's right the next scene we see is that we see that Sheldon goes to the cafeteria of Caltech, and he has a conversation with Raj and Howard.
Okay, before you get into that,
Yeah.
I'm just going to pop in and say if you look really closely,
Hmm.
you can see the stage lights reflected in the water bottles on the table.
No, you can.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh man.
Yep. You can.
Well, I guess that's as bad as you get to see some movies where the car is so beautifully shiny that as the car pulls up, you can see the camera crew. There is a scene in A Nightmare on Elm Street uh, 4 Dream Master, where this red pickup truck drives like it's parking out the front of the diner, and it is so beautifully cleaned that as he stops in front of where the diner is, you can see the camera crew and all the extras standing across from where so you can see them in the paintwork of the car. So if you ever watching that movie, just look out for that
Which
one.
one?
Nightmare on Elm Street 4
Oh,
Dream Master. Yeah. And funny enough, the name of that diner in the movie is
uh-huh.
called the Crave Inn. Yeah. It's a nice little
Oh, that's
homage
good.
to Wes Craven.
That's
Um,
awesome.
so this is where we see that um Raj and Howard are asked a question. He wants Sheldon wants to discuss what's going on with Leonard and Stephanie because he's very, very afraid that there's a possibility that he's going to blow it with Stephanie. Now, do you remember the conversation that they had backwards and forwards between Raj and Howard and Sheldon about the people that
Oh,
he's dated?
yeah. And Sheldon it goes into this mathematical formulation for
Yeah,
predicting the length of Leonard's relationships,
yeah.
saying that his date would Penny with Penny um should have lasted like
20
what
minutes if they'd sat down and ordered the
or
souffle before they sat
well
down.
that's what Raj said.
Yeah.
Is that should have lasted 4.5 hours rather than three. Furthermore, the formula only works if Leonard's first relationship with Joyce Kim counts as a number zero rather than one.
Yeah, because they said the first was with Joyce Kim, but she defected to North Korea. The second one was two booty calls with Leslie Winkle, where he was named Speed of Light Leonard. The third one was with Penny, which was a 2.5 hour date, which would have actually only lasted 2 hours if they had have sat down and ordered the souffle before they sat
I
down.
love how Raj is the one who says that.
I know. So according to their data, the relationship between him and Stephanie should have lasted 20 minutes,
Yeah.
which, and so after that scene, we see that Sheldon is knocking rather, and this is in the middle of the night time, knocking on Leonard's door, and he says, "What is it, Sheldon? What is it, Sheldon?" And he says, "Do you see what I've got?" And he's holding his laptop, and Leonard comes back with the thing that's going to be the center of my murder trial, and he goes, "No." He said, earlier on this evening, Stephanie threw
Stephanie.
a digital sheep at some guy named Mike. And he goes, yeah. And he goes, well, why does he get a digital sheep and you don't? And this is where he says,
I don't
because,
remember the whole digital sheep thing.
yeah, what, you don't remember you were able to send stuff to people. I used okay, my ex-wife, we used to play this game where we would actually throw digital stuff at each other. So I'd throw, for instance, I remember I threw a pig, she threw a dog, I threw a cat, she threw a sheep, and it was basically like okay, I think they retooled it to when you could then poke people. You know how you could poke
Yeah,
people?
that I don't,
Yeah.
but yeah, I've never done that whole throwing virtual livestock.
Yeah, so we were able to do that at each other, and then they got rid of that, and then they were doing the poke, so you could just poke people,
Yeah.
and just ad nauseum, you'd be like, you were poked, 2 times, you'd actually poke them back. So this is where Sheldon says to Leonard that because he doesn't really, he's very worried about the situation with between him and Stephanie.
You're losing her.
He's losing her because of the fact that she's throwing digital sheep at this guy named Mike. So with Starfleet Executive Order,
Starfleet, okay. Sheldon attempts to invoke Starfleet General Order 104, Section A, to relieve Leonard of his command of his own relationship with Stephanie.
yeah,
Interestingly, this section has not been clearly spelled out in a Star Trek episode, though the two sections that follow it, B and C, have been.
Okay, but with the executive order
Okay, I
being
thought that
relieved,
was a cool trivia.
no, that is. But the only thing that I can think of is the executive order relieving of the command would be that if a captain has exceeded his authority, that like okay, so just
No,
say
it's when
Kirk.
he's deemed unfit for command.
Yeah, so
And in fact,
essentially that's what Sheldon's doing.
okay. In the 2009 reboot movie of Star Trek,
Yeah.
this actually happens
Yes.
because I think it's when Kirk steps back on the bridge after having been thrown off the ship by Spock, and he actually steps up and invokes that regulation to relieve Spock of command because of his mother's death, and he's not thinking clearly.
Yeah. So essentially that's what he's doing. He's saying
Yeah.
to Leonard, I'm
And
relieving you of your command, which is very interesting.
and as Leonard says, that is not applicable in this circumstance. And Sheldon says, why? And he's like, because it isn't Star Trek, and slams the door in his
Yeah.
face, his bedroom
But
door in
my
his face.
question to you
Uh-huh.
was when we were watching this episode is that okay, so Sheldon is relieving Leonard of his command.
Yeah.
Is Sheldon going to date Stephanie?
He's not going to date him. He's just taking over how the relationship will be handled
Right.
and
So
basically
Sheldon's going to be
telling
dating,
them. So he's going to be telling Leonard what to do and how to do it.
so almost like a relationship agreement, but
Yeah.
but Sheldon's going to be the executor of
Yes,
that.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So this is where Sheldon decides to go over to Penny's house with his laptop, but he also takes banana bread. So he knocks on Penny's door and he like, yeah, I know. I got a picture on my Facebook page of banana bread last year you made.
Ah, if I
Yeah.
had bananas, I'd make banana bread. So you're just going to have to settle for
Oh,
um
everybody,
deviled eggs.
we here, Kat and I at PMS, we are going hardcore in depth tonight. What
Yeah.
are we having tonight for dinner?
The B to the R to the I to
To the
the S to the
okay,
A to the
okay, E to the
ET.
T. Woo, woo. We're having a brisket party, baby.
It's my first brisket, so I don't know how it's going to turn out, but it's in the slow cooker and has been since about 8 o'clock this
We
morning.
are
And
having
we're going to have
brisket.
dinner probably around 5:30, 6 o'clock.
Yep, we are having woo, woo, brisket. We are doing it here at PMS. We are
Yep.
having brisket. Now, if anybody has ever had brisket, please email us, perpetualmotionsquad00@gmail.com. Let us know how it went, how you thought about it.
Okay, it's okay. If anyone has their grandmother's recipe for brisket and is willing to share it,
Please
please
do.
send it to me.
Yeah, Kat would
Because
love
I've
that, and
never
I
made
would love it
brisket
too.
before, so I'm kind of flying blind here.
Yeah, we would love a brisket recipe if you've got one. So if you are willing to give it up, I know some of the family recipes, you don't want to give it up because it's so good, you don't want to share it with anybody. But if you've got one that is very, very good and you are willing to share it, please, perpetualmotionsquad00@gmail.com. We would love you to do that because, yeah, we are having and this is the very first time ever in my entire existence of life that I've ever had a brisket.
Same here.
So we are going to
We're
have
doing
brisket
it
tonight.
together for the first time, baby.
We are. We're losing our virginity
Ooh, ooh,
together.
bow chicka wow.
Bow chicka wah wah. We getting funky with food. So
We
the
always
next
get funky with food.
so as I said, Leonard Sheldon goes over to Penny's house, Penny's apartment, with a banana bread, and he says, "Look, banana bread." And she goes, "Oh, thank you." And he goes, and he
And
says,
she's like,
why?
why?
And it said, well, it's a precursor to being invited in for, a chat. And she goes, okay. And he gives her the banana and she goes, would you like to come in? He goes, oh, I guess I could spare a few minutes. He goes into Penny's apartment and it looks like a proverbial bomb has hit it.
And he's
There
like,
is
have you been
clothes
robbed?
and she goes, no. And he goes, how can you be
How would you
sure?
know?
Yeah. There is clothes and crap everywhere. So he says, I want to know how things happen with you and Leonard because he's failing again at another relationship. And she said, is he's having problems with Stephanie, and he goes, well, yes, but a while ago she threw a digital sheep at some guy
I feel
named
like this is
Mike.
the second. I feel like this is the zucchini bread
Nope, this is
conversation.
the
Oh
first
no,
one.
no, no, it's not. Yeah.
Zucchini
I
bread's
just
coming
thought it
up.
happened earlier in
Yeah.
the episode.
So this is where he says, I want to figure out why it didn't work out with you and Leonard, and she goes, and he said, and also including any inadequacies that
In
was
the
in the
bedroom.
bedroom, and she goes, well, we didn't actually get to the bedroom, and he goes, because,
Because
and she says, okay, I'll tell you, we were both very young. But the only way we could really communicate was through a time traveling mailbox in my lake house. And she
isn't
goes,
it bad enough you tortured me with that movie? Now you have to mock me with it. I love that movie.
it's a good movie.
I
It's not
love that movie.
it's a good movie. It's
It's
not
a
a great movie. It's a
it
good
is
one,
too.
you know. So the next scene we see after that conversation is now we're back to another date in Leonard and Sheldon's apartment. And we see now they're having a lovely date, him and Stephanie. Of course, Leonard comes back with, if they can cure this or that, then I don't know, lactose intolerance. And she goes, listen, Leonard, you had a bit of cheese, you farted. I thought it was lovely. Get over it.
I thought it was cute.
Thought it was cute. Get over it. This is where Sheldon comes out and goes into the kitchen, and you know we start to hear there is almost like, as Leonard does say,
Constipated moose sounds.
yeah,
I
because
love
Sheldon
that description.
Sheldon is trying to open a jar of white asparagus,
I have a craving for white asparagus that is destined to go unmet, unfulfilled.
unsatisfied. Yeah. Um, so this is where Leonard gets up and goes into the kitchen, does
Well, no,
say,
Sheldon's trying to open it and he does the shoulder thing like, come here.
so he goes over and he says, I'm trying to help you with Stephanie. He goes, well, it's not going to help making
Constipated
constipated
moose
moose
sounds.
noises. And he goes, what I've done is to try to make you have the essence of an alpha male. I'll get you to open this jar, therefore, making sure that Stephanie can see that you're the alpha. So he goes, and of course, this is where and of course, Leonard grabs the jar, and Sheldon does say to him, it's pre-loosened, which basically means pop, it's done.
Yeah,
And so Leonard starts to open it, and he becomes the constipated
it's a
moose
moose.
sounds. And
Because apparently it is not pre-loosened.
yeah, and Sheldon's like, open it. And of course he's like, I'm trying. And of course, this is where Stephanie goes, do you want to help like a hand with that? And they're like, oh, no, 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 no. And Sheldon comes back with, yes, I've
I
maintained the fact that
long ago accepted my status as the beta
as
male.
the beta male. And he says to Leonard, open it. And so Leonard
Leonard's
does
like, I'm
probably
trying.
the worst thing you could do.
Okay, my mom used to do this. She'd tap the lid on the counter to get it to loosen, and he does that. It doesn't work, so he does it a couple more times harder, and the jar shatters in his
Oh,
hand.
absolutely. And this is where Stephanie jumps up, goes over, and of course, Leonard says, I'm bleeding. And she goes over and goes, oh, you're going to need stitches. And he goes, well, with a needle? And she goes, well, yeah.
Yeah.
And she's trying to hold some pressure on it. And he goes, oh, okay, just hold on a minute. And he goes
Excuse
into
me
the
for a second. And he
goes
walks
into the
over to the
kitchen,
sink and
and
he throws up in the sink. And Sheldon looks at him. He says,
FYI,
I was defrosting a steak in there.
so this is there. We then see the next scene is we're in the hospital. And Sheldon is just marveling at Stephanie's handiwork with regards to the certain stitch that she
He's like,
does.
I would have used a mattress stitch instead of
Yeah,
a running subcutaneous, but you can't argue with her results.
yeah. And
And
he
I
said, and he says he says, oh, it's just such a shame it won't scar. It's the badge of a gladiator if it actually scars. And
now
he's like, I don't know, I don't remember a time when you weren't talking.
talking. The hospital set where Leonard has his hand stitched by Stephanie.
Yeah.
Did you know it's identical to the one from Two and a Half Men, which was also a Chuck Lorre creation?
Oh, yes, it
It's
was.
it's one of many Big Bang Theory and Two and a Half Men crossover locations.
That would make sense. Why I was sitting there going, why does this look familiar? I couldn't, yeah. And so as the conversation is going along, Sheldon even says, "Well, I was trying to make you as the alpha male, but it didn't actually help the fact that you burst into tears." And he goes, "I didn't burst into tears, but she stuck me with a needle." And
She
Stephanie at
stuck a
that
needle
moment,
in my
yeah,
hand.
Stephanie at that moment walks in and goes,
How's
"How's
my
my
little
big crybaby?"
crybaby?
And he goes, "I didn't cry. I just had, my tears
Yeah.
just welled up with water." And she goes, "Okay,
Oh,
okay." You kind of
yeah,
did.
you did.
Yeah, you did. And he goes, okay. She goes, all right, I'll get your discharge papers and we'll get you to get you
Go
home.
get your
And
home.
she
And
goes,
he's,
oh, you're gonna stay over? And she goes, no.
no, you
I
probably
think you
need to
need
rest.
rest. And of course, I like Sheldon comes back with, yes, coitus would be
Contraindicated if,
contraindicated. Yeah,
yeah,
to what's going on. I
because you've
don't
been
know.
throwing up.
Yeah. Now I don't know whether this was the first situation of maybe Stephanie thinking to herself that maybe this might not be a good idea in a relationship.
Why do you think that?
I don't know. I mean,
Because she seems perfectly fine at this point.
mm, yeah, I don't know. Maybe
Leonard's
there,
reaction was
maybe
perfectly
there's
normal.
maybe there's a small amount of doubt. I don't know.
I don't think so.
I mean, obviously the next episode we're going to do, you see that there's no indication of that. But there might be just that small hint of doubt. But
No, I don't think
yeah, all
so.
right. So the next scene
I
we
think
see.
she has more doubt about how involved Sheldon is.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, dating Leonard is going to be dating Sheldon.
Yeah. And so I think she might be a little annoyed at that.
Yeah.
But as far as Leonard himself is concerned, there's no issue.
Yeah. Okay.
And in fact, because you keep thinking that Stephanie would have been a better match than Penny,
Uh, yeah.
um,
For the most part, I think it would be okay.
if she had not become such an insecure, clingy, controlling person, I would have agreed with you. But her confidence goes way downhill in the next few episodes, and it's like, no,
Do you see her clinginess, and just as a side note, do you see her clinginess a lot to do with her size?
no.
No?
I mean, there's probably some insecurity there, but
Her
overall,
body insecurity?
yeah, possibly.
Yeah. Because maybe she has to be clingy because of the fact that so many guys maybe have just because I've got an acquaintance that is a very, very large girl,
Yeah,
and she has had more men that you'll ever have hot dinners in your life. And she tends to go from zero to a million very quickly because she feels that if she gives it up very quickly, they'll stay with her,
yeah.
which is the reverse, is that she gives it up so quickly and then those guys go, thank you, and
No
they leave.
respect. Yep,
Now
no
she
respect.
will do I mean, she's got a great heart,
Oh, she's a lovely
she's a
person.
lovely girl. She'll do absolutely anything for you. She'll drive to the ends of the earth for you. Um, but she
Oh,
over
not me.
No, but she overcompensates because she's such a big girl
Yeah.
with the easy to get into bed.
And she's really tall too, which
Yeah,
is a little
yeah.
more
So
challenging.
she's tall, she's very, very, very large girl, and she jumps into bed with people very, very quickly
Yeah.
because she feels that that's the only way that they're going to stay around with her. She's never actually had a what I would consider to be a true healthy relationship because every guy that she's been with has just been that I'll use you for sex for, maybe a
It's
couple of
because
months and
she
then gone.
doesn't respect herself
No,
and she honestly doesn't do anything to create a relationship that would go the distance,
yeah.
which is unfortunate.
So maybe sometimes with Stephanie, I can see that maybe she's like that with.
Well, actually, I think there is credence to your theory
Hmm.
because look what she did when she first met him
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
car.
in the car.
Yep.
And that was just over a conversation.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I can see that I'm going to sneeze any minute. And so it's sitting right there, and it will not leave.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Yep,
like
right there.
yep. It's like my cat used to get them stuck right there, and he'd
Let's see
start
if I
going.
can go through without me having to get
It
off
was it
camera
was
and sneeze.
hilarious watching that.
Oh man.
Well,
So
if
the
you feel
next,
it coming, mute your
yeah.
mic.
So the next scene, well, of course, I don't want to blow people's speakers out in the car. So the next scene we see is at home, Leonard, Sheldon, Raj, and Howard are having dinner. And I like it how Raj goes, "Oh, can I see your stitches again?" And he goes to show them past Howard, and Howard goes to throw up. And of course, this is where Raj goes, once again, the reason why Howard didn't become a doctor
Yeah, why he flunked out of pre-med.
because obviously he does not like the sight of
No,
blood. This is
or
where,
even stitches.
yeah, this is where Penny walks into the apartment and goes, "Congratulations, Leonard." And he goes, "What?" And he goes,
Because she's
"Leonard,
carrying her laptop.
yep, Leonard Hofstadter is in a relationship." And she goes, "No, no, that's not right." And Howard's like, "Wow,
Oh, no,
you
it says in a relationship with
with
Stephanie
Stephanie
Barnett
Barnett." And he says, and Howard goes, "Wow, you changed your status.
before
Well,
she did.
before you did, way to look needy." And he's like, "No, I didn't do that." And we find out that,
And then we all look at Sheldon.
and he goes, "Well, we were losing her,
I had
so
to do something.
yeah." So he hacked in, and of course Leonard's like, "You hacked into my Facebook again?" He goes, "Well, it's hardly hacking when you use every
When you use the same password
password
for
for everything,
everything,
Kal-El."
Kal-El.
And this is where Leonard goes super bitch on Sheldon, saying what you've done is you've ruined a perfectly good relationship because you've never been in one. You don't know what you've done. You've jeopardized and ruined this relationship.
Okay, so Penny has put her
Laptop
laptop on the coffee table,
in
and then
front of
all
Raj.
and then all of a sudden we hear Raj go,
Oh,
and I love how Penny looks at him and says, "What's the matter, Lassie? Did Timmy fall down the well?" And he points at the laptop, and there's a notification that Stephanie has changed her status to in a relationship with Leonard Hofstadter.
mm. And this is
And
where Sheldon does say, "If I'm permitted to speak again, Sheldon Cooper for the
for the
win."
win.
The episode goes black, and that is the end of this episode. As I said, it is a good episode,
Not a great one.
not a great one, but it is certainly showing that if you're a friend with Sheldon and he is very vested in the relationship with what you're going through, you are in a relationship with him as well.
Yes.
Stephanie is going to be Stephanie, Sheldon, and Leonard. There is no possibility of you having a separate relationship unless you are willing to maybe move in with Stephanie. But yeah,
But even
that's
then,
even then, I'm sure Sheldon would make
well,
a
in the future, Sheldon proves he still stays in the middle of the relationship, even though he's living in a separate apartment.
yes, he does. Yeah, oh yeah, exactly. That is coming up
Yeah,
way in the seasons.
way in the future.
Yeah. But
I am a Time Lord.
yes, you are a
I know
Time
these
Lord.
things.
Yes, you do. But yeah, as I said, it's a good episode. It is certainly moving some of the characters along. We didn't get to see Howard and Raj at all, really. This time it was only a small amount of time that we
Yeah,
saw them. Um, but we do see that, yeah, this is going to be a bit of a problem between Sheldon, Leonard, and Stephanie.
yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, so our food for this week, it was a pretty
Yes,
food heavy
it
episode.
was.
We cooked at home twice.
Yep.
We had movie snacks once,
Mhm.
Caltech lunch once, and one sandwich takeaway.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, we got a question of this week.
Remember when changing your Facebook status was basically a press release?
Hmm.
What's your most memorable, it's complicated, or in a relationship story?
Yeah, I've got one.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
hear it.
No, I got the one where everything was imploding. I'd moved over to America with my ex-wife and everything I thought was going okay and things were not going okay. And I realized this and I changed my relationship status from married to it's complicated. And the first message I got was from my friend Kelly, and she's like, "Wait, what?" As if, and then of course this is where my ex-wife goes, "Oh, it's complicated, is it?" And I said, "Well,
Yeah.
isn't it?" As if to say, I know there's something really, really wrong. Shortly after that, it all completely exploded. But yeah, that was probably my most memorable one of changing my Facebook status to it's complicated that really went above and beyond. So,
Okay.
do you have one?
My most memorable Facebook update
Hmm.
was done in tandem with someone else, and it's when we both hit go on married.
Yes, we did.
Yep.
That was the wonderful one that I did.
That was the last one I did.
That's the last one I did, and that is the last one I'm going to do. The only other thing that I'm going to change on my Facebook page is change it from alive to dead.
I don't think you'll be the one doing that.
Really?
You'll
I'd
be dead.
I'll have my finger on the And just as I'm about to go, clunk. Paul is now
Uh,
dead. Knowing my luck, I'll probably still get up into heaven and be like, okay, you gotta, you gotta work at your job that you're doing down on Earth. And be like, no, I want to sit up on a cloud and do nothing. I've earned it. So,
oh, I can't find it. Damn it.
what's that? The
It's not
emoji?
giving me the eye roll.
Oh,
Um,
you've done enough eye rolls at me, and I'm sure there's many more to come. You
hold
don't need to
on.
do it. You're trying to find an emoji for an eye roll on the screen.
Yeah, it's not
The
giving
people
it
on
to me.
YouTube want to see this. They don't want to see this.
I'll do that.
A love heart cat. Well, okay, we'll go with that one.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have our crazy credits? Who are you
No,
talking? Okay, we don't.
I keep telling you, stop giving me lead-ins like that. It's
Oh,
annoying.
sorry.
Chuck Lorre Productions number 229, November 16th, 2008. As I sit by my window and watch the leaves on the trees turn from green to brown and from brown to fire, I can't help but reflect on the two seasons of Southern California, inferno and flood. Soon the sting, sadly, this is true.
Yeah.
Soon the stinging smoke, raging wildfires, and inevitable pyromaniacs will give way to months and months of biblical rain. And with that rain will come the memories. A home perched on a hilltop becoming garbage nestled in a valley. An idiot falling into the LA River and trying unsuccessfully to crawl up its cement banks. Another genius being lifted off the roof of his car by helicopter in Encino. The cliffs above the Pacific Coast Highway collapsing yet again and causing Malibu residents so much inconvenience. Bob Meyer reassuring me that the writing of the second act of a Roseanne episode at 2 in the morning is more in my self interest than trying to drive home and move my stuff to the second floor, but more likely becoming one of the knuckleheads standing on the roof of his car praying for a chopper. But I, as is my nature, what are you gonna do? I am what I am, digress. Eventually, the rains will stop, the underbrush will grow, the drought will come, the drought will linger, maybe for years until the mountains and hillsides once again explode with Live at 5, Film at 11 hellfire, and thus continue the cycle of seasons in Southern California, if you don't count earthquakes and riots and strikes and award season. No insurance policy protects against the damage done by award season. Oops, I digressed again. Okay.
Yeah, Chuck Lorre.
Yep.
He's
I'd
good.
love to have dinner with Chuck Lorre.
He's got a mind.
I would really love to have dinner. Actually, I would dearly love to have him on this podcast.
Yeah, reach out to him.
That would
Try.
be amazing.
See if you can find him.
Yeah, you're better at that than I am.
Oh, God.
Not to
But
mention,
yes.
you have time and I don't.
Oh, yes, I know. She's good. She's a jet setter now. She is
No, I'm
working.
a business owner, and when you own a business, there's a lot to do.
Okay. I will get on to that. I will work it out. But yes, we've had another very busy week and everything else is going
And
on.
it's going to be even more busy.
Yep. So next week we are going to be doing our mailbag episode. So that's
Mm,
all the mail that we've had previously up until today. So obviously the question of the week this week will be on the next mailbag.
yeah,
So everything that's been done previously, we are going to do next week. So
cool.
stay tuned for a mailbag episode.
And I think we have an email to include as well.
I think we do.
Yeah,
So we'll read out the emails, we'll read out all the responses, and we'll go from there for our mailbag next week. So stay tuned for that.
cool.
But as I said,
And
thank you very much for everyone who's coming to see us at on YouTube because that is awesome. Sorry, I just cut it.
again,
Sorry.
yep. You know, I honestly could just sit here and let him talk and do the whole podcast, and I'm just here for eye candy. I really could.
Yes, dear. Of course you could do that.
I could. I have to try. I have to cut you off to get a word in edgewise
I'm
or talk
sorry.
over you.
I'm sorry.
That's because he's used to doing his own podcast and he forgets what it's like to do it with a partner.
Yeah, I know. I do
And
it
that
so.
true story that. So, what's the name of your podcast now?
Oh, cinema trash cinema trash can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cinema
Okay.
Trash Can, and this week's episode is going to be 13 Ghosts from 1960, not the updated one.
Oh, okay. What's that about?
So 13 Ghosts was about 13 ghosts in a house that were trapped by the owner, and the he dies, and the new owners come in and unfortunately release all the ghosts into the house. The 1960s version is very, very tame. The 2000 and something version was way more extreme. But the thing that really annoyed people with 13 Ghosts, the updated version, is that there were so many great looking ghosts, but we never had any backstory, like the mother and child, the girl who killed herself, the princess who killed herself in the bathtub.
Oh
The
dear.
what?
Okay. Oh, Tony Shalhoub is in the 2001 one.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've got the 2001
So
one.
I put in IMDb 13 Ghosts because I wanted to see the summary of it.
Yeah.
Um, and apparently there's also the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo.
Okay, didn't see that one.
And apparently another one called 13 Erotic Ghosts. Ow, chicka, wow.
Wow, wow. I don't think I'm going to do that in the
But
podcast though.
the 1961,
Yeah, that's a real fun one.
it looks a little cheesy.
It's very cheesy. That's why it's going into,
Most of the 60s stuff is really
yeah,
cheesy.
that's why it's going into the cinema trash can
Um,
because it is a B grade horror movie, and it's very, very cheesy, but it's fun
okay.
to watch.
So the storyline, reclusive Dr. Zorba has died and left his eerie mansion to his penniless nephew Cyrus Zorba and his family.
Hmm.
Along with the house, the Zorba family has also inherited the occultist collection of 13 ghosts who can only be seen through Zorba's special goggles.
Uh-huh.
The family members, their lives at risk upon the discovery that Dr. Zorba's fortune lies hidden somewhere in the house, receive aid from unexpected quarters as the threat to their lives is revealed.
Mm. As I
Ooh.
said, the nine.
Oh, the um movie was filmed in Illusion O and
Yeah, I know.
and a special viewer was needed to see the ghosts.
Mm.
This resulted in a number of sources incorrectly stating that the film was originally shown in 3D. The ghost viewers contained a red filter and a blue filter, but unlike 3D glasses, both eyes would look through the same color filter. The
Yeah.
red filter would cause the ghostly images to intensify, while the blue filter caused the images to fade.
Yeah, and in the trailer it says, are you brave enough to look through the red filter or scared enough
There.
to walk through the blue one?"
That's awesome.
As I said, the 1960s one is really fun to watch. So that's what I'm doing on Cinema
Okay,
Trash Can this week.
so the original version was shot in black and white, but included a few color tinted sequences. The
Yeah.
ghosts were colored in red and shot on a blue background. These sequences were preceded by the message, use the viewer, and followed by remove the viewer.
Hmm.
In the prologue, oh, it's a William Castle, okay,
Yeah.
explains to the audience how the illusion of ghost viewer works, while
Hmm.
in the epilogue, he invites the audience to bring the ghost viewer home to try and find more ghosts with it.
Yeah, you could take it home with you. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Like any 3D glasses that you can take home. So,
Yeah,
but yeah, so that's what I'm doing this week on Cinema Trash Can. So if
that's
you're
awesome.
interested in really B grade movies, come and see me at Cinema Trash Can. So
Or if you just can't get enough of Paul.
I know there are people out there that think, oh my God, I've got to get more of him.
Well, you do have a lovely voice, honey.
The hot water mud in his voice. But next week we are going to be doing our mailbag. So yes.
Yes. And I want to thank everybody for being part of the PMS family and for hanging in there with us today.
Hell yeah.
Um, if you want to reach us, if you have any questions or you want to comment or you just want to chat, email us at
Perpetual Motion Squad 00@gmail.com. And remember, that is the one you send if you want to be a part of the Christmas
Christmas
draw.
giveaway. Yep.
You've got the Christmas giveaway up until the 20th of December to get entries in for that one. So all you got to do, your first name, email address, I want to be part of the Christmas giveaway. So you got
Yeah,
to do.
put in the subject line Christmas giveaway.
Yeah.
And or at least just Christmas. And don't forget to follow the page because that's where we put the question. Although the question's also in the comments on YouTube or in the description on YouTube and also in the podcast notes.
Hmm.
Um, but we also put it up with pictures in the Facebook page, which is fun. And don't forget to join the Facebook group where we have conversations about a little bit of anything and everything. I've been posting a lot of like behind the scenes Star Wars stuff.
I think we've got 28 people following that page
Yeah,
now,
we
don't we?
do. We
And
do.
28 and sorry, 23 in the group.
Yeah, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, make sure you join the group and join the conversation because it's really a lot of fun.
And those of you who are watching us through YouTube, is 17 people watched me do that thing live, or is Rachel watching it 17
17
times?
times. Yeah, that's a good question.
Really interested in that one.
And if you're loving what we do and want to show us a little love, please feel free to send us a coffee. I'd love to be able to have a coffee in Melbourne
Yeah, she's
while
going
I'm
to
in
Melbourne with
Melbourne.
Starbucks.
Yep, yep. Or if you want to send me sushi money.
Sushi or coffee is good because she would definitely use both of
Yeah.
them.
Yes, definitely. So there will be a link for the PayPal me everywhere as
Yep,
well. So thanks for joining us. If you haven't done it already, please like and subscribe. And if you know anybody who loves the Big Bang Theory, please invite them to join the conversation because we would love to have more people.
absolutely. That'd be awesome.
Okay, so that's it for this week. Next week, we're going to do season 2, episode 10, The Vardabedian Conundrum.
After the mailbag next week.
Oh, yeah. What our next episode
Yes.
is
The Vardabedian
The
is fun.
Vardabedian Conundrum.
Yeah.
The one after that is one of my all-time favorite episodes. I
Yep.
can't wait for that.
Yep.
So in the meantime, we'll catch up with you at the Cheesecake Factory.
Bye, everyone.